G'day and welcome back to another great episode of Blokesworld. If you missed last week's episode, I thought I'd lost my wallet with all my cards and everything in it. We drove all the way back from Nashville, back up into the Sleepy Mountains here in Tennessee, and I had to go through a garbage bin out the front of a Dairy Queen at 2 a.m.
Well, viewers, if you saw the end of last week's episode, you'll know that the Great Australian Blokesworld USA tour has taken a bit of a turn. Heisenberg over here is currently going through the garbage bin from the Dairy Queen like a hobo.
Man, we better hurry up before the cops come. This looks so...
I don't know how we're going to explain this to the cops if they come.
We drove back to the service station, which I thought it was at, and guess what? We're in the God-fearing South here. Everyone's got a Jesus Lives sticker at the front of their house. So I was pretty confident I was going to get it back. And sure enough, no money taken, everything's in there. We're all good. I'm in my pajamas. It's been a very stressful last 12 hours. Let's just roll them credits, shut the doors, make our way to Nashville. This is the Blokesworld NASCAR road trip.
Two crazy guys. Don't look now, but they're right there. Sold everything and came over here to the States with their camera and a microphone. Outstanding!
Cars on 100 yards. 24 is clear on the front. Clear on the bottom. 24 is making some pretty crazy moves all the way up front here, bud. All the way up front.
Keep life simple.
41 looking up the middle. Top of 3 again. Top of 3. Halfback 95. Inside 48 now. Top of
2. Just like when we were young, didn't need much to have a lot of fun. We live a life in simple ways. It was a gift that we shared every day. Having fun in the sun, being open for everyone. Let's just. Let's just keep life simple.
Well, with the credit cards back in my pocket, we were good to go. So we jumped back on the highway and made our way to Nashville, because I'd arranged a couple of the local characters we were going to interview. But first up, we had a breakfast tradition here on Blokesworld. Twinkies. Welcome to the house of Jay Ryan. That's right, Jay Ryan is the man who owns Gusher Cycles. We found him on the internet and said to ourselves, this bloke belongs on our show. He basically builds choppers and bikes underneath his house. He's an absolute legend. I mean, we rocked up here on a Tuesday morning and he had arranged for all these blokes to take a day off work. He lit up the barbecue in the backyard and created a bit of a party for us. We had an absolute great time. I mean, check out some of the bikes. I mean, this one here, it is an absolute weapon, and some of the paintwork that's gone into these bikes are fantastic, let alone the fabrication. And he's doing this all underneath his house. I mean, that is awesome. Anyway, right now, let's meet one of the lucky customers from Gusher Cycles as they tell us about their ride.
G'day, what's your name and where you from?
My name's Kane. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States of America.
What's that between your legs?
It's an 82 Ironhead Sportster Harley Davidson.
How much you spent on that?
Probably like $4,000 or something, US.
What's the best memory you have of your bike?
Every time I've ridden it.
What would you trade that for?
2 more.
What was your first ever motorcycle?
78 CB 750 Honda.
Hey, tell me about your running gear.
Running gear? I mean, I got a nice pair of Nikes at home, some sweats. Other than that, I pretty much run shirtless.
Hey, not that running gear. Tell me about your bike.
It's 1,000cc 4-speed It's not terribly fast, but it doesn't really bother me. I guess the rabbit ears, the bars, Springer's pretty unique, tiny front wheel. That's usually like, you can't ride this without some whacker on the street just like stopping and beeping. And
You tell me more. We might be able to tee up a gig for you down under, maybe with the Freestyle Kings.
I have nothing left to say.
We're the Freestyle Kings and you're watching Blokesworld.
Jay Ryan, you're an absolute legend, mate. Great to finally meet you.
My pleasure.
Mate, awesome. Anyway, right now we're going to make our way back on the road. See you later, everyone. Southern hospitality. You got to love it. Anyway, camera 3, how good was that, eh?
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was fantastic. We've got to hit the road. Well, viewers, we finally made it to our accommodation. We're staying at the Jellystone National Park in Nashville, Tennessee. It's a park with a Yogi Bear type influence. This is going to be awesome, eh?
Somewhere I've always wanted to stay in Nashville.
Well, the truth be known, we haven't had a shower since Talladega, so it's like a second day no shower, so we're manking. And they've got a laundry here as well.
And while we do that, viewers, you're going to check out the Hot Rod and Custom Auto Expo all the way back in Sydney, Australia.
Looking for a race, I got the lid rolled back. Winning our face, we're gonna gas it up, buddy. Look at my boy. We're gonna gas it up, buddy. Race those street cowboys.
Yeah, g'day viewers, it's Andy Minnis here from the Hot Rod and Custom Auto Expo at Rosehill Gardens. We've got cars from Western Australia, Queensland, South Australia. It's blown us away. We can't even thank these people enough to support this show.
All right, viewers, a special treat for you right now. A car that we've been drooling over all weekend, and we just tracked down the owner. Tony, welcome to Blokesworld.
Cheers, Addo. How you going?
Mate, really well. You've done some fantastic work here. This is like a head turner, a showstopper. Everyone is coming here and praising this work you've done. And what are you running up the front there? That's an awesome bit of gear.
383, blown stroke, injected small block. It's only got about 600 horses.
Yep.
It's half tuned. This is my first show.
Yeah, okay. So you've come out of the box and got a gold medal. That's not bad, eh?
I thought I'll put it out there and see what happens, and I'm surprised how many people have come up and said it's a
mate,
credit.
it is beautiful. And the great thing about this car is the undercarriage. It's just spotless and shining, eh?
I had a friend of mine in Mikey's garage. He spent like about 4 days just to get it to where it is, and I'm really pleased with that.
So what did it start off as? Was it like an old wreck, or was it?
No, I took a photo of my garage. It was empty.
Yep.
And every nut and bolt.
Every nut and bolt?
Every nut and bolt, mate. It's all brand new. Once or twice I thought, nah, that's enough, I'll get rid of it.
Yep.
But nah, I persevered, and I'm glad I did.
Righto, viewers, we had to stop because we saw this absolute piece of art. I'm here with the boys from Eval. Welcome to the show, Billy.
How are you, buddy?
Awesome. Nate, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Mate, awesome. Tell us about this bike.
It started off as an 86 Sportster motor that we bought. We got an invite to go to the Moon Ice show in Japan, so we had to build a bike in 7 months. So we had a very tight budget. It's not the most desirable Harley motor out there, so we had to sort of make it come together, and this is what we come up with.
Mate, that is awesome. So did you go to Moon Eyes last year?
Last year, yeah, 2000.
So did we. How did we not bump into you? We were there walking around. What a great car show, huh?
It's an awesome show. Best in the world for sure, definitely.
And aren't they a passionate bunch over there?
They love the scene.
Not only will they stand behind their bike, but they'll fully get dressed up. They'll be surrounded with props and that. Did you see the guys with their Californian Highway Patrol car?
Yeah, no, they love it. But this was to sort of showcase our workmanship, our first bike of this level. And let's just see where it goes from there, you know?
I think it's great. And you can see the rise of these bike shops now becoming like little communal hubs, you know? I go visit Smoke Garage in Brisbane quite a bit, you know, and those boys have got coffee machines, there's a barber in the shop.
No, exactly right. You know, our shop's got a similar sort of feel to it, I guess. People walk in and expect a beard, so you've got to create that sort of atmosphere, and that's what it's all about, you know, is just being a bit more relaxed, have a bit of fun, and and come up with something cool.
Oh, mate, I think it's great, and I think we're heading to a great period of time where people don't want to have anything that's coming out of the box. Yeah. You know, they want to convert it, they want to change it.
Yeah, exactly.
And what you boys have done here is an absolute testament to a lot of hard work. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Well, apart from all the awesome cars and bikes at the Hot Rod Expo, one of the other great things they had just outside was the Freestyle Kings show, featuring some of the best motocross riders in Australia. Here's their announcer, Bushy.
The riders here today, we got 3 heavy hitters here, you know, J.O. Archer. J.O., he's in Melbourne, Victoria. He's up here this weekend. J.O.'s an ex-motocross, supercross little gun, you know. He come up through the ranks, you know, plenty of time on a bike and just made the transition over into freestyle motocross just like butter, mate. You know, he's ripping, he's out here. So also we've got Jake Smith from Griffith, New South Wales. Jake Smith, mate, he's a little animal, man, a little powerhouse, eh? He's got some big tricks and he just doesn't give a of what he does or how the setup is. He just gets out there and tears the joint to bits. And then those 2 boys are on the 4-bangers, but you know me, Ado, I love the 2-bangers, mate. And so we got Jordan Sprague, he's on the YZ 252-banger and he's in the mix with the 4-bangers. And George, new sort of coming onto the game and jumping the portables and stuff. And you know, George is, you know, he's been taking a liking to the setup and he rides really good. The setup that the Freestyle Kings have got, big safe setup. Josh has really thought about rider safety and making sure everything's Mickey Mouse for the boys, and that's his #1 priority, that's for sure. And he's got a big truck, big landing. You know, it's nice and safe. Always runs the airbag. Double wide kicker too, so you know, big double wide puppy. So those boys, mate, if they miss that, they're getting sacked. You know what I mean? There's no way you're going to miss that ramp. And yeah, they set it back at 75-foot gap. You know, 80 feet to the sweet spot, they call it. And yeah, no, it's a good setup, mate, and just travel around. And we have a few good weekends, that's for sure.
Well, viewers, we've rocked up. Tonight's a big night. We're going bow fishing with Brian and Connor, and the boys have just turned up. We were starting to get a bit worried. We've been standing out here in the dark in Nashville. We're right next to the river. Welcome to bow fishing, Nashville style.
We were originally supposed to hook up with this professional outfit who take tourists out, but then I went onto the Bow Fishing Tennessee Championship website and found these 2 blokes, Brian and his young son Connor. These guys have taken out the state titles. We contacted him off Facebook, and before you know it, he came and picked us up and took us out for a life-changing experience.
You're gonna shoot some fish. We call it force feeding them. You know? we don't wait for them to bite. We force feed them. So.
That's nice.
I tell you what, viewers, if you ever get the chance, you should go bow fishing. It is such a rush, and at the end of the day, you're an environmentalist with a weapon, because you're taking carp out.
Most of these are set 40, 50 pound area. He shoots 40 pounds, he's himself. I normally don't like to go lower than that myself on this type of bow, but I shoot myself about 50 pounds. This is an Ams Retriever, they call it. Notice it does nothing when you turn it, and this little clutch-like brake thing here.
Yep.
When you turn it and you start squeezing it starts pulling itself. If you squeeze too hard, you can't reel it. It's hard to reel. So it should be easy to reel. All the line feeds in to this bottle. That's basically what it is. When I reel it up, I'll bring it back like that so that slide stays out there, and I'll lay it in, knock it up, I'll pull it back, and I'll shoot, and I'll just reel it in. There's no sights, nothing. When we shoot, it's all instinctive.
Yep.
Basically, you know, I see something and I just shoot it. But what you'll have is a normal anchor point, what I call anchor point. Like here, you know, most hunters have they get an anchor point and they got peep sights and all that stuff. We don't have none of that. But I do like to come up here. Basically, what I do is it just touches my chin right here in that same spot. But I mean, you just see a fish and it's instinctive. You know, just shoot. You just kind of point. We'll practice.
Yeah, cool.
We'll go practice. We'll shoot. You're gonna miss. I miss. He misses. Everybody misses. The more you practice, the better you get.
Yep.
Till you learn that instinctive shooting.
And we should explain to the people out there, the reason why we're hunting this particular fish is because it's an introduced species.
Yep.
It's killing all your crappie,
Your bass.
Yeah,
our sport fish. Yep.
And it's doing the same thing in Australia with our Murray cod, and it's destroying all the riverbeds because they just destroy the bottom of the rivers.
All these carp come in, and of course, there's huge schools of them. We won't see a fraction of what's really out there. There's huge schools of them, and they're just like vacuuming everything that the other fish need. They're overnumbered. Some of them are invasive, and most of them are just overpopulated because nobody fishes them. You can't really use a rod and reel and really have much luck at catching them. It's hard to go target them with a rod and reel.
Yep.
I mean, so...
I always think of it as the lake is a big nightclub, and we're the security bouncer guards, chucking out the wrong things out of the nightclub.
That's right. So, you can go ahead and practice if you want there. Draw it.
Nice and up.
Yep, pull it all the way back. Yep, there you go. Now, when you shoot, grab that brake.
Yep.
Because the line will keep coming out.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, but when we shoot a fish, what you're going to do mainly is you're probably going to lay the bow down and pull this in by hand. You smell that? You smell that?
Yeah.
That's buffalo carp. See that? That's a buffalo. But you'll be able to tell. You see this mud line stirred up?
Yep.
There's a mud line. That's where all these buffalo are over here feeding and stuff. But I'll grab my bow since I'm gonna be over here. Well, if something gets by, I can shoot it over here. So there's one there, shoot that fish. Oh, you was so close. You was so close.
Oh!
You was so close. Was that the same fish he shot at? Yeah. Okay. Hey, that's a good shot. That was a good shot. Hey, you know, it's actually easier to teach somebody how to bow fish that hadn't never used a bow. You done got a bag fish?
Yeah, I got a whole packet of jerky, I think.
You ever heard of light refraction?
Yes.
Something in the water, you know? It's basically deeper than it looks.
Yep.
And so like if you see a fish, you're basically, unless he's like right at the top of the water, but mostly like that one you just shot at, when you shot, which I know you ain't got a lot to aim with and you're just trying to get the instinctive and trying to get one on, but what you would normally do, if I seen him, I would shoot basically right under his belly and I'd hit him dead center. The deeper they are, the further under them you gotta shoot. And that's something that nobody can teach you.
That's a good
You have to just get out here and do it. You're gonna miss, and the one thing you always remember, aim low.
Yep.
Aim low, aim low. There you go. All right, be ready. We're on the good stuff.
Oh, he's a big one.
Back me up. Quick, he's off. Shoot him, shoot him.
Get him good, get him good.
There you go. Dude, 55. There you go. Look at that. It's holding pretty good there.
Yeah, my first
You got him, dude. Yeah. There you go. Big buffalo. He's probably 25 pounds.
Nice.
Yeah. Every shot is practice, buddy. Even if it's a backup shot, you know? That's good practice. These guys are from Australia.
How are y'all doing? Yeah, good day. Yourself?
Doing good, doing good.
We've only been at this for like 15 minutes and I'm already addicted.
It's very addicting.
Oh yeah, very. Snapping turtle.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we'll get back in the back of this little cove where it's real shallow, and there might be a few different fish that you'll get to shoot at for practice anyway.
Awesome. I'm having the greatest time ever.
Now here are some reasons why I love bow fishing. It's the complete opposite of fishing. For one, the guy with the smallest fish, he is an absolute legend. And number two, you got to make as much noise as you can, because that's what brings the carp up. So we cruise this lake listening to 4 different AC/DC albums while we're smashing carp.
Dead carp on the floor, we're in Nashville.
And number 3, you don't have to put bait on a hook. She's just good to go. Pull it back, and slam a carp.
There's a good fish. Shoot that one. Go over and shoot that. Go shoot it. He's sitting still. Ooh, so close.
Where was I with him? Was I in front?
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Fish the barrel, right?
Yeah, exactly. Even then, I'll probably shoot myself in the foot.
Well, we're about 4 hours into it now, and I'd been slamming away. I turned around and I saw camera 3 say, "Come on, we've got enough, let's head back." And then I thought I'd hand him the bow. And then, before I knew it, it was 5 hours later, and he didn't want to go in. He was hooked as well.
There you go. Now, unlike regular fishing, folks, the smaller fish are actually more challenging to shoot.
Well, viewers, we've had an absolutely sensational night tonight. What time is it now? It's about 3 in the morning?
It's about 3 in the morning.
Geez, that went quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun.
My highlight of tonight was when we were sitting on the boat and we just saw that big buck just shoot off underneath the boat.
Yeah.
You just launched one and intercepted him.
Yeah.
That was the shot of the night. That was wicked. Anyway, it's getting late, young Connor. You're falling asleep. The sun's going to be up in a couple of minutes. Oh God, it's so late, but we're so pumped with adrenaline. We better go to sleep because we've got another big day tomorrow. Boys, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Champions.
Yes, sir.
Southern hospitality, it just keeps on hitting us in the face, just like those carps with the arrows. Make sure you watch next week because we make our way to Gatlinburg and we make our way to Pigeons Forge and we get plate dress-ups.